Bite. All right, so we're going to go ahead and bring in our lovely guest today. Please welcome in Heather.
How you doing?
Good, how are you?
Good enough.
Are you having fun?
Oh, yeah, it's been grand.
Awesome.
It's been a wonderful weekend.
So I want to start out with, you've had such a versatile career from Welcome to the Dollhouse to the Princess Diaries to Scream. What first drew you to acting and what keeps you inspired today?
Oh, gosh. I always quote Morgan Freeman when he won the Golden Globe, and he said, I don't know if I chose acting or acting chose me. And that's exactly how I feel. And I think what continues to inspire me is art and artists, people that are using art as a medium to speak truth to power. I think that it is one of the most effective forms of communication and bringing people back to themselves and promoting empathy and compassion and love.
I completely agree with all that and see your point. Working both on indie films and big studio projects, what do you enjoy the most about each different experience?
The freedom with independent films and occasionally a bigger paycheck with studio films.
I mean, valid. Super valid. Your work in Scream and Hostel Part 2 made you part of the horror history. What was it like filming those intense scenes for you?
Well, luckily I didn't have any intense scenes in Scream. But Hostel 2, the infamous scene, I trained for 2 months on an inversion machine where I first hung upside down for 15 seconds, then 30, then I got it up to about 25 minutes.
Ooh.
And we shot the movie in sequence and in order, which is very rare. So by the time we got to that scene, I was ready to go.
You were done. You were like...
No, I just in the space of, you never know what it's going to be like on the day. And I could feel that everybody was very tense that morning. And we were filming in Prague. And the Czech crew that we had was wonderful. And throughout filming, I was having them teach me Czech. And so there's a phrase that they had taught me, which I loved, which is Dobrý den, ko si ven, which is good day, tits out. So on the day when I get to the set and I'm wearing a pink robe and I have to disrobe and get ready and go up, and you could just cut the tension with a knife. And I disrobed and I was like, Dobrý den, ko si ven. And it broke the tension. And then, we shot that. It was 2 14-hour days.
Oh, my goodness.
Yeah.
And how long in those 14-hour days were you on the inversion table?
It wasn't a table. It was, I trained on a table.
Oh, okay.
To then be able to be shackled by my feet. But yeah, I would be up there for 25 minutes at a time and then take, a quick 5-10 minute smoke break and then get right back to it.
Awesome. What was it like for you getting to be a part of the new season of Wednesday?
Oh my God, it's a dream.
Yeah.
It's a dream. I mean, and it was so wonderful to reconnect with Jenna. And, Tim Burton is a brilliant artist, and I've admired his work for a long time, so it was incredible to work with him. And then Tandwe, who's just, she's divine as an artist and as a person. And then not to mention getting to spend about 7 months in Ireland, which was phenomenal. Very, very lucky, very fortunate.
What was your first initial reaction when you got the role?
It's joyful, I'm very fortunate that I've gotten to do what I do for as long as I've gotten to do it. And it was just, I didn't know what I was going to expect and ended up having a lot of fun.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What do you think makes a great horror movie? Do you think it's the scares, the story, the characters?
It's always a story. It's always the story comes first. Because if you have a shit story and then just random scares, it turns into something that's almost laughable. You know, and I think that what makes horror unique is that we're putting ourselves in a vulnerable position, and I think that the theater, whether you're seeing a play or whether you're seeing a film, it is a sacred temple where you go in there as strangers and you end up having this communal experience. I can't count the times that I've been watching something and something happens on screen and you just look over to your right or your left and it's okay, oh, and there's it's beautiful. It's a beautiful experience, and it's a place that allows you to experience fear while still hopefully being safe. I mean, you know, yeah.
Yeah. So I have done a little bit of reading, and I heard that you have confirmation of some works on a memoir. Have you?
No.
No.
No. No. I mean, if Random House wants to call me, sure. But no. Don't believe everything you read online. Don't we know this in the year of our Lord 2025?
It just said that there was confirmation that you were working on one,
No.
that you had no time set of when it was going to be released or anything that you had started dabbling
I mean,
on
I write, but there's never, like a, no.
Would you consider doing a memoir?
Yeah, like at some point, I'm sure, sure. Why not? Why say no?
So you've done some directing and some producing and some writing. Is there any upcoming creative ventures that you want to share with us or talk about?
Not really. I think I've learned that as soon as I open my mouth about something and then whatever, it's just, I like to stay present and in the day and hope that the universe will continue to provide me with future opportunities.
So there's always something in the works, always, whether it's a new show or something. So there's always something going. So we'll have to keep looking out and see what you're bringing for us.
I mean, we're supposed to start Princess Diaries next year, but, that's been going on for so long that, when I'm on set on the day, then, I will know what's happening.
How wild is it for you that you're circling back to Princess Diaries after so long and the story that's been so great for so long?
I mean, it's always a homecoming, It's a similar thing to when I reprised my role as Martha Meeks, and I think it's very rare for an actor to be able to do that twice, let alone once. And it makes me definitely feel older.
I understand. So in some of your work, outside of your work, you've supported several charities and causes over the years. Is there any organization or initiatives that are really close to your heart right now that you would like to share with us?
I mean, oh my gosh, your local library, supporting people that are running for your local city council, local government, the Southern Poverty Law Center, the ACLU, local LGBTQ centers. There's the world is in need of so much help right now, especially now. So those are just some that come off the top of my head.
So one of my favorite things to ask is, now that you're at a Halloween horror convention and you've
Yeah.
been in horror movies and stuff,
Yeah.
what is a favorite memory behind the scenes from Halloween or spooky season from a set?
Oh, Princess Diaries, we were filming, we started filming in September and we filmed all the way through Thanksgiving. So we had a pumpkin carving contest that the props department won because, of course, they did.
Cheaters. They cheated.
They're just so naturally talented. But yeah, that is a memory that definitely sticks out for sure.
That's awesome. What's your favorite part about Halloween,
Oh,
if at all?
I mean, I think I don't want to get too weird and bookish, but I look at the origin of Halloween and how it's Samhain, and then I think of the practice of Dia de los Muertos, and just getting to honor the dead and that time of reflection as we're going into the winter months, for the long winter to have a rebirth of sorts in the spring, that, and then I'm finally living in a place where trick-or-treaters are out and about, and so in my neighborhood, all of the neighbors gather, and like our block is considered like the block.
It's the Halloween town block.
It is like there's like skeletons and scarecrows and just it's decked out, and just getting to like give the kids a choice between getting a potato and a candy bar, and so many kids choose the potato.
Longevity. They know it's going to last.
Exactly.
Candy's gone really fast. The potato, they know they got to cut it up, cook it, savor it.
Yeah, and it's also just like, I got a potato.
Yeah, and then they're going to throw it at their sibling later.
Perhaps.
Do you deck your yard out?
We done a little stuff because we just recently really kind of moved. So slowly piecing it together. Our neighbors definitely put us to shame comparatively. Like, we are the dud house, I think, of the block.
I think you always have to have kind of that one house, though. It kind of makes the neighborhood a little ominous at the end of it. Like, you have all this decoration, and then you have the one house that's either got a little bit or nothing at all.
Yeah,
and
we've got like a little
house
bit.
In the neighborhood that everyone's like, ooh, is that the scary house? Like, is that really the scary one? Like, they didn't have to decorate. That's that's what it was for me growing up trick or treating. Like, the one house that didn't have the candy out or the light on the porch or whatever was like, oh, that's the scary house. Like, what's going to come out the door if we walk up to the porch?
Yeah.
So I've always loved that, like, feeling of that and the neighborhood camaraderie.
Yes.
It went away for so long, and now it's coming back. And we're kind of getting that back, that family, neighborhood home style feel again, and I love it.
Yeah, it's community.
Yeah. We're starting to slowly bring ourselves back together. In all of the films that you've worked on, what do you think was the one that had the most difficult transitions for you as far as like adapting to the character and growing into the character and just really setting that tone with the character?
I mean, when people ask me like what my favorite role to play is or my most challenging role to play, and I emphatically always give the same answer, which is myself. For me, it always starts with the script, and that the script is the emotional blueprint for the actor. And if the script is well written, it's there you go. There it is. I'm being given directions on the page in terms of what the emotional hero's journey, for lack of a better term, is for the character that I'm playing. And when that is not there, it can definitely be a bit more challenging, especially if you are working with individuals that care more about the paycheck than they do about the story that they're telling.
Yeah. I mean, I've had quite a few interviews, and I've had guests go, I'm just in it to play the role and do what they put in front of me, and it's a paycheck. And then I've had them go, I turn down roles because it doesn't resonate with me.
Exactly.
So it's very different either way around, and it's just a matter of what resonates most with you. And for you, it's story and how it plays out and clicks and how you can line yourself into that. This goes back to it. What character would you like to revisit and expand on and kind of change their narrative a little bit in the future, if you could?
I don't think any of them.
No.
I don't think any of them. I mean, we'll see what happens with Princess Diaries 3, and how that gets to be crafted, and atone for Lily telling Mia, like, your dad's been dead for 3 months. Aren't you over it?
Yeah.
I mean, for fuck's sakes.
Shut up. It's amazing. What was it like for you to be able to just like express yourself and get the things out that was in your brain on your podcast?
Oh man, the podcast was a trip, and I'm thinking of maybe bringing it back.
I heard that.
I just, I was, most of the episodes I produced myself. I booked the guest on my own. I did the intro song on my own. And it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. But the thing that I loved about it and still love about it is just being able to, like, I don't have questions beforehand. It's really, who do I desire to get to know better? And I'm the kind of person at the party that, prefers like an intimate chat, over surface level conversation. I can't stand it. It bores me to fucking tears. And so it's, no, well, this isn't that. It's, so
Yeah.
what do you think happens when you die? What is your biggest fear? What is your greatest joy? Do you remember your dreams? If so, what are some themes in your, like, I want to talk about art. I want to talk about, what inspires people to wake up every morning, especially in moments when they're in the darkness, and what brings them back to light and to life. Because I feel like, again, it's, I personally, for me in my life, I'm not going to speak for anyone else, that nothing in my life has ever happened in vain. And that every hill and valley that I've traversed leads me to an opportunity to learn something about myself and who I get to continue to grow into.
Yeah, your path it's formed to help create you and grow you, and
To share where none of us are alone.
Right.
None of us are alone. There's nothing so fucking unique about me that another person won't be able to identify with in some way. We've all experienced pain. We've all experienced grief. We've all experienced joy. We've all experienced fear. These are universal themes, and that's really it at the end of the day, at least for me. And yeah, I mean, I don't fucking know. Like the only thing I know is that I don't know shit, and even then I don't fucking know.
So are you, when you get on a set, are you like a routine person? Like, okay, I have to be on set at 9, but I'm in my trailer at 7, and I have I need coffee, I need breakfast, I need, like, are you a routine person, or are you just kind of with the flow?
No, I get into the car when they tell me to get into the car, and I go into hair and makeup when they tell me to go into hair and makeup, and I prepare the night before with my lines, so I'm not showing up with my thumb up my ass and being unprepared in that way, and for me, being early is being on time, and being on time is being late, so I try to be, as soon as they knock and they say, all right, we're ready for you on set, I'm there, like, immediately. Great, go, let's do this. Because it's being respectful, I'm just one of many people that make a film possible or make a TV show possible, and it's a privilege to be able to do this. So I am not going to be disrespectful or arrogant and thinking that my time is more valuable than the people that had to get there 3, 4, 5 hours earlier, like the Teamsters, transpo, that have to drive in those trucks if you're on location, set up the Jennies, set up everybody's trailer, like ba 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 ba. There's so many things that go into it, and they're working much longer hours than I am. So Why am I gonna like it? I hope that answered your question.
Yes. It's just so many moving parts that, if you're
Well, it's just being respectful.
Yeah,
it's being respectful. It's like that's it. It's just being respectful and being professional.
With a lot of the projects that you've done, is there any inspiration or anything that's come from it that, like a different genre that you might not have done, or a different type of a book that you want to see come to life? Is there something that you've envisioned that you would like to work on or be a part of in the future? Or
can you be more specific with this question?
Is there like a certain, like, if you haven't been in like a horror comedy, just for an example.
Gotcha.
Was there a certain type of movie that you would like to go into in that
Oh
genre?
my God.
Or would you
like
to...
Lord of the Rings, oh God, what was, and they just canceled the show. It was on Amazon, with, what's her name? Rosamund Pike, The Rings of Time.
Oh.
Yeah, like I would love to do some sort of fantasy genre.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
Is that your wheelhouse, like in your brain? Like,
I just, like, I was talking with Sean Astin yesterday, and like normally when I do these conventions, I'll say hi, like I'm not a cunt or anything, but I'm very introspective and I don't really, whatevs. But I saw him, and I have this bag that I brought with me, and I wasn't even thinking about it before I flew out here. And it says, "Let us drink like dwarves, smoke like wizards, and party like hobbits." And I see him in the green room, and I'm like, "Oh my God, and you have your bag, oh my God." But I went up to him just to thank him, and there's something I think unique about fantasy where it can bring you back to a reality, and I also am a massive lover of nature, and most of the fantasy genres involve nature and the importance of nature and the connection between ourselves and nature.
the grounding and...
Yes, I mean, please let me work in the forest barefoot.
Yeah.
Forever,
and for eternity.
Like, please.
It's such a serenity place too. Like, there's just, for me, when I go into nature, I take so much calmness from it, and even you hear the rushing water, the wind could be blowing, the leaves are rustling and everything, and it sounds like chaos, but for me, it's peace. Like,
I mean, I think it's the greatest symphony alive.
I agree.
It's the greatest symphony alive.
I love that, cabin, like going up and going to the cabins and opening the windows and hearing the forest leaves and the animals in the middle of the night and the birds and the bugs and the water, the fish are jumping out of the water, and there's just something so calming to my soul, particularly for that I absolutely love it. So I completely understand with the grounding and all of that. If I don't have to have shoes on, I don't.
Yeah.
If I could not have them on right now, I wouldn't.
Yeah, but I would not recommend that.
Yeah.
Carpet, you don't know.
I don't know this place. There's a lot of foot traffic in here, so I'm good on that one. But I mean, I would take my shoes off and walk around here in my socks, but I wouldn't do it barefooted.
Copy that.
The shoes are off. That would be the best thing. I totally misplaced myself. I'm sorry.
It's all good. We can also just have a convo.
Yeah. So what's one of your favorite horror movies?
Oh gosh. The reality show that is America in 2025.
You're not wrong.
But other than that, loved Hereditary, loved Barbarian.
Oh, Barbarian
I think those are great projects, and Barbarian especially because it was essentially one location, and just So
we collectively as a group went and saw Barbarian, and collectively as a group when we left, we were like, that movie was fantastic.
Yeah,
it had some of us just stunned. Like, the cinematography of it was amazing and everything as well. So I completely see that. So Lord of the Rings, all of that kind of stuff. Did you like ever get into D&D or Magic?
I just started I just became a part of like a D&D group. I just started playing for the first time.
Did you get your little character made?
I did.
On Hero Forge? Did you go to Hero Forge and get your character made?
No, I did it by hand. I did it by myself.
Oh my gosh.
With like the books.
Do you have pictures? I want to see pictures.
I'm a half elf druid who's an outlander, and I'm thankful for the multiple languages that I get to speak, thanks to the build that I did. That has a very low charisma score, incredibly low charisma score, which tracks kind of, maybe, and has high wisdom, high intelligence, doesn't necessarily have high dexterity. But yeah, we just started like officially playing 2 weeks ago, so I'm stoked.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Are you like, did you go see the movies?
I did not.
The movies, I know you're just getting into it, and obviously for those that play D&D and have played it, and the movie, two different worlds, obviously. There's a lot of stuff that's not true to what actually can happen in gameplay. I understand that, but I think that the movie was so well done for a theatrical release of what they could have done for it at the time. We played many moons ago, and we were actually, our storyline was created as Stranger Things in the 80s D&D.
Oh, wow.
And we had to take on different characters, like 80s superhero characters were coming in and fighting us with the Demogorgons. And so we had to make ourselves 80s badass characters. And
oh,
so
wow.
I was a little bit of Tank Girl. And
oh, I love that.
A little bit
I
of
love
Buffy
that.
the Vampire Slayer is my little sculpt that I got from Hero Forge. I picked everything out and did all of her coloration and everything. But so we got into that. We did about 8 chapters, and there's 15 of us playing because it's our whole family.
That's a lot. That's a lot. But who is the quietest one, and who is the one that like takes over the game in your group?
So the one that is the most quietest is our friend Michelle, because she is an avid thinker. She's thinking out every play on the board that can happen, every move that every person's doing. She's anticipating it, how to counter it, where she's going to go, how she's going to do it. And when you look at her, it's not that you see a wheel running. You're seeing train steam coming out of the back of her head, because she's dominating that game, isn't she? And then her turn comes, and it's ba-ba-ba-ba-ba-ba, and she already knows. And you don't ever have to wait for her, because she's the quiet one. Now, her husband is the guy that is on his phone. He's looking up all the different stuff, sports things, 80s movies, laughing, blah, 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 blah. Hey, wait, what'd you do? He's the guy that holds us up. He's the one, but he's the loudest, and he's the funnest. And my husband's in the back, all the way back there, and he plays with us, and it's a group of all of our friends. But we have had the best time, but we only got to chapter 8 because we're all adults and we have kids and lives have changed.
Yeah.
We don't have the time anymore for the storylines.
Yeah.
We have been talking about getting back into it. We want to finish our game.
Yeah.
But it's just really cool, like, to see games like that and how you can take so many different variations. Like Magic the Gathering came out, now Disney dropped Lorcana, and it's kind of like their same version of that. I'm a big, like, we love games and all that fun stuff. We're big tabletop nerds at our house. So
and I also, like, I love playing cards, like Up and Down the River, one of my favorite card games. Because again, it's about like not being on your phone, sir. And just, again, it's community. It's community building. It's gathering together with your friends and making new friends, and it's especially post-COVID. I just think that community is so essential.
I kind of get this vibe, and I could be wrong, that you're like I want a big compound. Everybody has their own space, so we're not on top of each other, but we have like a nerd hall in the middle, and we can get together and play and have our community and our moments and have a community garden. Not necessarily like homesteading, but just like your closest people, and
I receive what you're saying.
not necessarily you.
No, I like don't come to my house unless you're invited explicitly, um, and you know, getting to have a big enough property where it's like if you're an artist and you're like, I would love to be able to stay in a guest house for 3 months to work on my art and do that stuff. Like, absolutely, yes. But I don't want to like share with other people because then it becomes like, no, I don't want you telling me what to do. I just like, it's my house. It's my, like, I want to plant the broccoli next to the tomatoes. Don't be telling me I can't. You know, you can come over for dinner. I'll cook you dinner and you can stay at my house for a couple of days or whatever, and I'll support you in that way. But I really love my solitude. I really crave my solitude.
That's good.
I don't like people very much. I preferred, listen, if dogs or cats want to come to my house, they don't need a fucking invitation. It is an open door all day long. I don't care. That is fine. But people, it's another story.
Since you're such a big animal lover and all about community, have you ever heard of Asher House out of Oregon?
I feel like I have, but remind me.
So he's a gentleman that bought a bunch of acreage up in Oregon, and he takes in rescue animals, mostly dogs.
Yeah.
And he goes and saves them from shelters from all over Oregon, Idaho, Washington, and sometimes California, even sometimes travels out of state. And he started this from the ground up, and he's got like horses, alpacas, dogs. He takes them in, even if they're like critically ill and they're about to die, he'll take them and go right to the vet. Like, it's all about preserving their life and having community. And he has 25 dogs at all times on the property. And then he has his fosters that he comes in and he helps get them out, but he helps rehab them and all that. It's been a big like part of my life lately. I've been watching his videos religiously, and you know, trying to support and share and get all that information out. But it's something that I love. We just lost our dog, and so
I'm so sorry.
the hardest part was having our 5-year-old go through it with us.
Yeah,
because that was his best friend. That was his brother. So so seeing Asher do this and helping these animals, because shelters are so crazy right now, to save these animals from being, you know.
Yeah, I
taken
literally
out.
like I've been playing with like a poop bag. Like, I always have a poop bag on me. Like, it's like I find them in my, like, just, you know, in case anyone needs one.
And hey, you never know if you might need it. Like, life happens sometimes. We never know what the turnaround's going to be.
Oh, God forbid.
Piece of gum or, you know, something sticky that falls that you want to pick up. You've got that proper bag. It's ready to go.
That's fair.
All right. Do we have any questions in the audience? Go ahead.
I mean, I remember getting that script and saying that it was a PG version of junior high, you know, and that was the breakout film for me, and it was the breakout film for Todd, and I think that he wrote an incredible script, and him and I just really had a natural second hand to it. I intuitively knew who Don was in a way that I don't even know if I can really describe. And it was a joy. It was a joy to film, because it's at the end of the day, we, at least myself as an artist, I always desire to be truthful and honest. And Todd provided a perfect opportunity for me to do so, you know? And so that's, you know, quite a thing to stack up against, especially in terms of future work, you know, where it's, you know, but sometimes you also have to say yes to things you don't want to say yes to because you've got bills to pay. And, health care to get for your family. But yeah.
Any other questions? No? All right. Well, we want to thank Heather for her time today. Thank you so much. We appreciate you coming up here and speaking to us and taking the time out of your day.
Of course.
Again, if you guys want to ask her more questions or get more information about what she's working on, or just go meet her, go up to her table, spend some time with her, talk with her, and we'll see you guys next time. Thank you again so much.
Thank you.
Thank you, Heather. If it's possible, Heather, can we get a quick picture in front of the table?